Have you ever wondered why the image of a skull and crossbones still chills us to the bone, even after 300 years? Maybe because it wasn't just a flag, it was a curse. They called him Calico Jack Rackham, a name that once made the Caribbean tremble. He wasn't the fiercest or the smartest pirate, but he was the one who gave death a face. The Jolly Roger, his black flag, didn't just warn ships, it haunted the sea itself. Picture this: moonlight spilling across black waters, sails whispering in the wind. A lone ship drifts, the Revenge. Its flag flutters, the skull staring down with hollow eyes that seem almost alive. Beneath that flag stands Rackham, bold, reckless, and doomed. He didn't just chase treasure, he chased immortality, and he found it in the cruelest way imaginable. You see, most pirates vanish with time. Their bones sink, their stories fade. But Rackham's story refuses to die, because some say his spirit never left the sea, that the flag he raised took something from him and never gave it back. It all began under another man's shadow, Charles Vane, a captain feared for his cruelty. Rackham was his quartermaster, his right hand, until ambition bit too deep. In a moment of mutiny, Rackham took the ship for himself. It was his rise and the beginning of his curse. Under his command, the Revenge became legend, but not for her plunder, for her flag. That black banner with the skull and crossed swords. When it rose, sailors knew there'd be no mercy. No quarter, it promised, and the sea listened. Yet fortune is a fickle mistress, and Jack's heart was restless. His greatest treasures weren't gold or ships, but two women who fought by his side, Bonny and Mary Reed. They say they battled harder than any man, their spirits as fierce as the storm. But even their loyalty couldn't save him from what was coming. One humid night off Jamaica, the Revenge drifted silent, her crew drunk on rum and pride. From the dark horizon came a hunter, an armed ship sent by the governor himself. The trap was perfect. Bonny and Reed fought like demons, pistols flashing through the smoke. But the others, too drunk to stand. Rackham was captured. No sword fight, no glory, just the creak of ropes and the sound of his name fading into the night. They say the jail in Port Royal stank of rot and salt, its air thick with death. There, in the dark, Rackham waited for the hangman. But he wasn't alone. Guards whispered that he spoke in his sleep,
Why won't it let me
that he
go?
muttered to something unseen. Why won't it let me go? He'd ask again and again. They thought he meant the gallows, but others weren't so sure. Even chained, Rackham swore he saw it, the flag, hanging above him in the dark, fluttering though there was no wind, watching, smiling. When Bonny was brought to see him one last time,
Prepare for battle.
her words cut through history like a blade. Had you fought like a man, you need not have been hanged like a dog.
The court finds you guilty.
But sailors who later told the story swore she wasn't looking at him. She was staring into the shadow behind him. At dawn, Rackham was led to the gallows. The sea watched from beyond the town. When the trapdoor dropped, his body swung. But his eyes stayed open, wide and shining. Some said he saw something. Others said something saw him. His corpse was chained at Gun Key, left to rot as a warning. But strange things followed. Fishermen vanished. Waves grew violent without wind. Some swore the tide itself avoided the island. And at night, a faint sound, like canvas snapping in the breeze, echoed from nowhere. Years passed. Then came the sightings. A ship with tattered sails gliding across moonlit waters.
What did you see?
A black flag, shredded yet unmistakable. One Spanish galleon claimed it was chased by a ghost sloop that vanished when fired upon. A British merchant ship saw the same flag rise from the waves, out of the water, before disappearing again. Some said the sea itself was playing tricks. Others said Rackham's soul had become part of the storm. The more people dismissed the legend, the stronger it grew. By the 1800s, tales spread across oceans. A French crew took aboard a ragged sailor who called himself Jack. By morning, he was gone, vanished from a locked cabin, leaving only salt on the bed and the faint smell of rum. Even in the 20th century, sonar operators off Jamaica reported wooden echoes, as if an old ship moved beneath the steel waves. One officer swore he heard laughter through the static. The report was buried, but sailors still whisper. Rackham never left. Centuries later, the Jolly Roger still flies, stitched on shirts, waved at festivals, turned into toys. But those who've lived their lives at sea know better. The flag isn't just an image, it's a shadow, because death at sea is different. On land, the earth buries you. At sea, the abyss keeps you. And some spirits don't sink, they drift. Rackham's story isn't about gold or glory. It's about the cost of legacy. The price of creating a symbol so powerful it outlived its maker. When he painted that skull and crossbones, he didn't just mark enemies, he marked himself, bound his soul to a flag that feeds on memory and fear. And maybe that's why no one remembers his face. There are portraits of Blackbeard, Vane, Roberts, but Rackham? Nothing. As if the sea erased him, leaving only the faceless captain, the man who became his own curse. Some sailors hear a voice when the sea is too quiet. A whisper that asks one question. What did you see? Those who answer never tell.
So, if you ever find yourself alone on the deck at night, the wind gone still, the horizon swallowed by mist,
listen. You might hear the faint snap of a flag that shouldn't be there. And when you look up, if you see a skull staring back, don't blink. Because some ghosts don't wear chains. Some wear cloth. Some wear bones, and some have no face at all. The ocean remembers, and it's still waiting for you to answer the question it once asked Jack Rackham. Why won't it let me go?